Hello, everyone. Whoa. Back on bit by bit. I will just add everyone in. Yeah, hi. There's a couple of people still off screen, but we'll deal with that when it happens. So yeah, welcome back to Troika, everyone. Let's get Troikaed. Let's get our Troika on. All Troika, all the time. Or at least we will once our other two players are back with us. Everyone still enjoying themselves?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Blancmange and Thistle, good times.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that I have not yet managed to secure a partner, husband / wife / significant other spouse of unspecified gender.
It was a prime goal of this quest to get to a hotel room. Definitely. I hope everyone enjoyed the trans-dimensional pyramid scheme. That was
very entertaining.
That was a bit that I added to the story that made me laugh the most as I was writing it. So.
I was just saying to Skye, if Matt came up with that, I am very happy. So
I did come up with that.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Oh God, I'm getting my mouse wet. Terrible.
Get that exciting to Troika, Matt.
Not that exciting. Well, you know what? While we're waiting for Sam to get back, he's also, I believe, walking his dog. Sam's and dogs. I was going to do this at the end, but I might as well do it now because I need to fill time. So we've had a couple of things. So today we've had 3 new followers, which is nice.
Yeah.
We're still relatively low on followers. So getting 3 followers all in one day is very nice. So thank you for following to Mooglefish, Nick Codes, and Myths and Mimics. Thank you very much. And in addition to that, we've had a Prime subscription from Billy Skullnitz. I don't know who that could be. It's a mystery. It's certainly no one on screen at the moment. So it's thank you to Billy Skullnitz for that. And while you're at it, everyone check out Billy Skullnitz. Do you want your stuff promoted, John?
Yeah, go for it.
Spoiled it now. Oh, it was a mystery.
Billy Skullnitz on you on Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, Instagram.
Making stuff.
If you like yarny things, then Billy Skullnitz. If you like arty things, then John Dezouche, also on Instagram and Twitter.
And you should like your arty things because John does the art for much of our series stuff.
Yes, not this one.
No,
important to note, but yes.
Yeah.
I think making art for the one-offs is a bit of a tall order.
It is
a little bit.
Yeah.
I did actually want to make some art of Queen Katrine, but I didn't.
We do the unique assets though for the one shots, which is nice. Which is primarily Steve. And if you like the fun floaty colors thing we've been doing for this, that's all Steve. So if anyone out there wants some freelance role play asset creation, obviously. Yeah,
floaty ink patterns are fine. That's
absolutely.
Well, I thought it was cool when I first saw it. I was pretty impressed.
You know what? I'm kind of tempted to kick off without Sam's return here, just because A, we don't want to run too far over, and B, the next bit doesn't actually have that much in it. So I think we will. I think we'll kick off without Sam. And Chris, just add Sam in when he comes back from dog walking. This is just what you have to do when you role play as an adult, folks. This is what you have to deal with. So you've passed the angular individual on the 4th floor, and you proceeded to the stairwell at the end. It's a stairwell much like the others. The engraving on this stairwell is labelled "The Many Deaths of Jeremy Bushmoney," and is a dense collection of unfortunate deaths by accident or malice exhibited upon Jeremy whilst he looks resigned and perhaps even content. Sprawled at various points on this stairwell are 10 partygoers who seem to be in a festive mood, who are chatting happily and sharing some drinks and some illicit substances, and kind of give you a little cheer as you approach, and a couple of them proffer you drinks.
I'll take a drink.
Yeah, I'll take a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, is Krongle taking a drink or is Krongle taking a drink.
Can Krongle take 2 drinks?
They give a cheer as Meriset at least knocks back what is a moderately pleasant, if oddly tasting and weirdly sweet drink. And they encourage you to go onwards to the roof where the festival is still raging.
I'll say, well, if you want us to get there, do you have any shortcuts? Because this is the worst layout of a hotel, it seems.
A slightly inebriated young lady says, yes, a lot of people get lost in the hotel, but if you follow these instructions, you'll get to the roof as quickly as possible. Straight down this corridor, the lift at the other end, up, along the corridor, the stairwell. You understand.
Yeah, we're starting to get the picture.
I think my monkeys are starting to mimic the directions and the hand signal.
The drunken individual nods, happy to have been of service. Speaking of your monkeys, Steve, we've only rolled once on the monkey table. While I think it's been a long enough trip, they're probably getting quite tired. Maybe we should roll again on the monkey table.
Okay, well let's see. Let's see what we get. Apparently they are austere.
Well, you would. That's an appropriate reaction to all this. I guess they just feel that this journey is below them in some way. Maybe you all feel that. But the monkeys are the only one confident enough to really get that across. I think it's safe to say. You ascend to the next floor. The plaque here labels it the Blorf floor, and ahead of you, you see a relatively normal corridor as per before. And as you start striding down it, 2 people leave rooms opposite each other and walk across the corridor and kind of nonchalantly exchange identical satchels. And then walk into each other's rooms.
That sounds like where the illicit substances from the people downstairs may have come from.
Perhaps so. As you approach the place where they crossed, both of the doorways are open, and they're both these 2 mysterious individuals are stood in their relative rooms with the satchels on the beds, kind of rummaging through them.
I think I'm going to politely ignore whatever they're doing.
Sure.
I wasn't going to make myself particularly known, but I was curious to just stand there for a moment longer and see if they just keep leafing through, or if anything, they pick anything out of them.
Sure, absolutely. Is anyone hanging back with Krongle, Pludge, Funkler? Or is everyone else leaving well alone?
Yeah, this seems dodgy.
I agree. That's why I'm staying.
Sure. Absolutely. So as you kind of peer around, I think it's safe to say that you need to at least try and stay a bit stealthy in order to do this. So I imagine you don't have any kind of... In fact, I think I'm right in saying you can't roll against
I cannot
stealth.
be stealthy. It is impossible for me.
Because
I wasn't trying to hide it. I was just hanging outside the door with the door open.
with the little...
No, I'm not going in or anything. I was just in the hallway. It's fine. You're not allowed to be in a hallway looking around.
So as you watch... one of them is kind of like leafing through what seemed to be a blank set of papers, maybe clumsily torn from a book, which has been stuffed into the satchel. And the other one is slowly unfurling a foldable blowgun with several vials, each containing a fluffy dart.
Oh, interesting. They don't seem to be unfurling it and looking aggressively at me while doing so.
Not particularly at you, no. Just they're definitely composing it together.
Well, since that looks vaguely dangerous, I think I'll move on now. But that was interesting to see.
Sure. So all of you as a group, then it sounds like proceeding onwards to the lift, and the lift doors open. Inside, the red-suited mandrill is glaring at you all, perhaps taken the offence caused by the skeptical Lamassu Oslab. Perhaps has now extended that offence to all of you in some fashion, which we can say confidently because Sam currently isn't here to take the blame, and is just kind of waiting for you to go into the lift with him.
Well, I at least didn't see whatever interaction happened between Oslab and the Mandrill, so I'm blissfully ignorant of this.
Mhm.
So just
Yeah.
walk into the
Yeah.
lift.
Same.
I think the mandrill likes me because I gave him a silver coin.
I
I
didn't
asked
see
him
anything.
how it is working in the lifts.
Absolutely. So you all climb into the walk into the lift with the mandrill. The doors close and it sulkily punches some buttons and the lift starts juddering upwards. Can everyone, if you have awareness as a skill, roll that? If not, just go ahead and roll your skill and just go. Once you roll, just pop your hand up if you succeeded. We all done? We're all done. Meriset, standing among you, and you're like 98.5% sure that this individual wasn't in the lift when the doors closed, is a small individual wearing kind of all over plate armor. Each element of the plate is painted a different color, and it's holding like a long, brightly colored lance in one hand. And welcome back, sir. You're in the lift again. You've traversed the Blorth floor without any problems.
Nice.
A blatant lifting from future armor that no one laughed at. And you've stepped into a lift and have become aware that among you, or at least Meriset has become aware, that among you is stood an odd, small individual in patchily, brightly coloured metal armor and carrying a brightly coloured lance. Meriset, as you kind of take notice and kind of double take, the figure goes,
I'll go, hello, what have you come dressed as? Surprise. Yeah, it was surprising seeing you.
All of you are now aware of this little figure.
Cool.
What?
When did you get in here? Fair enough.
Are you going up?
Nods,
Yes.
kind of in a happy way.
Are you going to the party?
Mm.
Yeah, party. Yeah, we're hoping to get there too. Or at least I am.
The individual kind of points at all of you individually and then points at itself and goes,
You want to go up?
With us?
mm.
I
Yeah.
like him. I think we should keep him.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
The individual, who does anyone have more provisions than anyone else?
I think I've got 3 left.
I have 4 left.
Oh, did you get
I
extra?
have 5.
Okay. In that case, and you know Lark is talking to the little guy as well. The creature is going to kind of point at Lark's provisions, however you're holding them, and just kind of go,
Yeah, why not? I hand him a provision.
takes it handing, kind of looks at you all carefully, and then kind of tilts down so you don't see anything under its helmet, and just kind of lifts it up and go.
That's obviously
tend to
Pedro
keep it
Pascal
together.
underneath there.
And then kind of makes a very satisfying noise and kind of leans back and just rubs his little metal tummy and goes.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Very odd creature.
You reach the next floor. The lift doors open. The mandrill sort of, as I said, Sam Fui wrote, it definitely appears to be glaring at everyone with a kind of some sort of vendetta now. Perhaps someone kicked it with hooves, and basically kind of like indicates for you to get out with a thrust of one AP paw. You do so, and the little man in armor kind of follows you out and is just kind of looking up at you, waiting to follow your following your footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
You can now count this individual as a henchman. And if we ever want to label them anything or term them anything, their official name is Mysterious Friend.
Oh,
The plaque indicates that you are on the 5th floor.
Hey,
Enticingly close.
this is good. Is there anything on this floor we can see?
Well, there is a corridor stretching out ahead of you and a stairwell at the end, as always. And you can see that one of the doors open further down the hallway is there's some noise coming from it. It sounds like maybe someone's talking and like a rattling noise.
All right, let's go. The party awaits.
As you all stride down the corridor, you see, people are definitely talking in that room and kind of in voices you you can't quite hear them. And then as you get closer and closer, there's kind of a noise. And as you emerge, you look into the room and see it's like quite a dark little room, definitely not a hotel guest room. It's kind of a dark chamber with a round table in the middle of it, and sat around it are a number of mandrills in security outfits. And there are dice and money on the table in the middle of them, and they're just staring at you, and one of them goes, "Ooh."
Playing a game. Yeah.
Another one kind of like slaps at the table, and some of the dice and money fall off it and goes, "Ooh."
I will put a hand on Lark's arm and just sort of guide him away and go, "We didn't see anything. Bye."
I do so love to gamble. I'm very lucky, you know.
Lark's arm, it almost feels like the skin on Lark's arm just shifts a little bit under your grip as you pull Lark away. Presumably your imagination. Is anyone else interacting with this secret mandrill gambling den in any way, or are we moving on to the stairwell?
They don't seem very welcoming, do they? I think
No, they don't seem the friendliest one.
Yeah, we've not had much luck with mandrills so far.
I don't know what you mean. In that case, you move on to the next stairwell. Perhaps, who knows? Perhaps the final one. It's as most of the others are, as I said, like a red and white marble landings at both ends, an iron-wrought spiral staircase leading upwards. There is an engraving in this one also. It is labelled Melissa's Cat, and on it is a lovingly rendered cat staring right at you with benign condescension. Its eyes follow you.
Normal cat, then.
Figuratively,
like
not
a
literally.
cat.
I know this is Troika.
I think yeah.
Okay. There is nothing on the stairwell to prevent you going upwards, although you can hear a soft snoozing noise coming from the top.
I think Lark may try going up and down the stairs a little bit to see how well the cat follows him.
Sure. As you take a few steps upwards, in alarm, you notice the stairs growing and shifting underfoot. They are huge in front of you and fall away behind. The others of you, as you're pacing upwards after Lark, also note this. It's almost impossible to get a kind of gauge on how they're moving and swelling and shrinking around in front of you. The whole thing is quite disorienting, and you get the impression that you are no longer in the same place or perhaps the hotel anymore. If you want to clamber up forwards, you have to make a climb roll. And if you want to go downwards, well, you can't. It's impossible. The stairs are shrinking out of existence behind you. Can everyone make a climb roll, please? Who would have thought, Steve, that climb would be such an important skill for Carrot?
Amazing.
Fail.
I fail.
What?
This
Why is the space like around us? Can I try to fly up these as well? Well,
Yeah, you can absolutely try and fly instead of climb, yeah.
I will do that.
I botch. I get a double 6.
Ooh.
I failed this time by 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
I passed.
I just made it on the fly.
Okay, so hands up everyone who succeeded.
Muted.
That's it.
Muted.
Sorry, Steve, did you say you didn't succeed?
I'm muted, Skye.
I didn't succeed, no. I failed.
Okay.
I also did not succeed. I
Okay.
missed all of that. Sorry.
So Sam flew up, and Meriset also managed to climb up. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, Oslab, you're kind of like flapping through the air in this weird space that's opened up around the stairs. Meriset, you're leaping kind of from step to step, kind of clambering up. This is old hat for you. Assassins learn how to climb, do parkour, and the ones with the creed do anyway. And you're managing to clamber your way forwards. Even the monkey monger seems to be struggling, though. As you move forward, you see that ahead of you, the exit to what maybe is the upper floor, or out of this circumstance anyway, is ringed with a huge alien maw that sucks and drips and seems intent on attacking any who passed through it. Just past the exit, the steps have separated and a wide carnivorous sky has opened up. This seems entirely unpleasant. And essentially you now have to jump across this gap with the alien maw snapping at you, or otherwise ingeniously traverse the broad gaps opening up between the steps, or maybe it seems like fall forever, because those seem to be your pretty much only options.
Can I use a spell?
You can use a spell if it'll help you, or if it won't help
Can I
you.
use True Sight? I assume that means I can see things as they are.
Well, potentially. I think, it lets you see through illusions or what have you. Yes.
Can I try it?
Yes, make that roll.
Okay.
Didn't we also have a botch to resolve at some point?
We did, yes. Don't worry. I know.
So it's a total of my thing plus a skill. Okay.
No, you're checking it, so you're trying to roll equal to or under the skill.
Got it. Thank you.
Or specifically your true sight skill, not your skill.
Mhm, yeah. Okay, yeah. I succeed.
Okay. So who we got left? Meriset climbed, Oslab flew, Lark succeeded on a true sight, and Krongle failed. Let's say what happens here. Oslab, you kind of swoop past this alien maw and out forwards, desperately trying to get to the exit before it snaps at you and drags you down into the horrible darkness forever. You're vaguely aware that Meriset has kind of leapt and is hanging onto the swan wings as you swoop forward and just make it through. Carrick and Your Majesty, Kareen, you're kind of desperately trying to climb up these stairs as they warp in and out of existence. And as you see this horrific being, slavering and hungry, trying to consume you and everything around you. Behind you, you see that the Thaumaturge Krongle has already lost his footing and is spinning down now into the void, items spilling out from his jacket as he falls forever. Lark, you're on a normal set of stairs.
What is everyone else doing?
Doing that, but Krongle is like on the floor going, "Ah!"
Okay, well, I am rather suspicious about this snoring upstairs, so I'm gonna hurry on up with my cane.
Absolutely.
And who's snoring at the top of the stairs?
There is a woman sleeping on the top step using a large book as a pillow. Wearing robes that are not entirely dissimilar to the concept of wizardry.
Okay. I think I'm just going to sort of like poke her with my cane.
Sure.
And be like, I think you might be sharing your dreams with other people. Move. Wake up.
You kind of poke her and she... who disturbs Madame Beloza Vandercroft? Oh, I'm sorry. I think my dreams were leaking.
Yes, I think they were.
Reality fades back into existence. Krongle, you feel very embarrassed.
I took all my things and put them all in my glide coat again, hoping no one saw all of the things.
You have some quite amazing dreams.
She stands up and kind of gets the book and says, "Yes, well, You know, if you're a Vandercroft, you dream big. Everyone knows that.
Should we know who the Vandercrofts are?
No.
Is that in character or?
She looks around and says, "Everyone all right? Yes, fine. No harm done. No harm done. No blood to clean up. It's all
Nope.
fine."
I just
Yes.
mutter.
She
Only some hurt pride.
She trudges past all of you down the stairs, kind of not glancing at any of you particularly, and walks off. At the top of the stairs is another hotel corridor. This one has a plaque that says 5th floor annex. And on it, ahead of you, again, a mostly empty corridor, shut doors, as you would find in a normal hotel, because of course this is a normal hotel. And ahead are 2 individuals dressed as hotel porters. They look exhausted and have blindfolds wrapped around their heads, and they are attempting to push trolleys of room service food with the metal whatever you'd call them, dishes over the top of them, and they're kind of trying to push them forward, but they keep kind of banging into the walls and moving around because, as I previously said, they're exhausted and have blindfolds.
Okay.
I'll suggest to them, that'd be easier if you took your blindfolds off.
What? Who's that? No! One of them dives over the food, or the plates and the dishes, and kind of tries to cover them up. The other one spins round to face the opposite direction from where you are and says, "Please, please, no one look at what we are doing."
Why?
We are providing a service for the hotel. We are bringing a meal to Yeratomble the Exclusionary. She is a demigod who refuses to experience anything whose existence others are certain of.
I'm very uncertain about everything right now, so she must, I think, be enjoying it or not. Like I said, I'm very uncertain.
Essentially, this being appears to not be able to eat or refuse to eat anything that other people are aware of, or indeed do anything with things that other people are aware of.
We don't see anything you're giving her. It's fine.
What room are you heading to?
Well, we're not entirely sure because the room cannot have been seen by anyone else beforehand. We're just trying everyone and seeing what we can do.
But surely once you know where it is, then you'll have found it. And therefore she won't be able to eat the food that you've brought her.
One of them sinks to his knees in the carpet and goes, "No!"
Fuck.
I'll walk up.
Wasted. Collapses forward onto the floor.
I'll walk up to him and I'll just pull the blindfold off and be like, "I feel, sir, that you have been the victim of a very vicious prank."
The orders were clear. We have failed. The hotel.
Orders from who?
The other one, they are legitimate hotel porters. I fear their crisis is not one of deceit, but simply one of existential logic.
Wow, 3 months for room service. Oof.
Yeah, surely this demigod will have already settled her bill and left by now. If, of course, she can settle her bill because her bill can never be experienced, so no one really knows what her tab is.
Convenient.
The other one who has not sank to the ground in despair has pulled down their blindfold and leans over to you, Katrine, and rests their hands on your shoulders and says, "An entire administrative department is dedicated to solving that very issue."
It must be very hard working here. I hope they pay you a lot.
Pay?
I think perhaps, sir, you should get some sleep.
Yes, perhaps we should. The other one gets on the floor as well and kind of spoons up slightly behind the other one, and they both fall into a deep sleep, just kind of like.
While they're sleeping, can I check out what the room service was?
Yeah, sure. It's a really boring looking meal.
Oh, for a demigod and everything. Oh.
Yeah, just like little kind of steak and eggs, So
Well, can I have a munch to get a bit of stamina back anyway?
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Isn't it 3 months old?
Cool.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's steak and eggs, normal steak and eggs. Only it's horrible and rotten in 3 months.
Oh, I'm not going to have a munch then. I've changed my mind. Good point.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh, well,
Surely
without
by
your
pushing
logic,
the
Steve.
cart, they've been experiencing. No, never mind.
it's
It's the
Troika, John.
Blancmange Thistle.
Mhm. Yeah.
So further ahead, you go to the lift. It opens. I'm sure you can guess who's there. The mandrill who eyes you all with distrust, maybe especially the mysterious friend.
Aw.
I remembered him. I remembered the NPC existed. Inside the lift, the doors close, and it rumbles upwards. What happens? Nothing. The doors open again, and the mandrill kind of fixes you all with a glare and goes.
I turn to the mandrill as I leave and go, You do realize your friends were playing cards without you. They seem to be having a wonderful time. You really do have the short end of the stick with this job, don't you?
The mandrill looks at you for a second and then starts doing a short, seemingly random and faintly obscene dance. Scampers out of a hatch on the floor of the lift and clambers down the lift cables into the darkness.
So we're not going anywhere else then.
Well, the plaque says 6th floor.
Wait.
Is
I
room
get out the key.
612 on this floor? This part of the 6th floor.
It does seem to be. There is a corridor stretching out ahead of you. A rhythmic thumping is coming from the end of it where you can see a ladder leading upwards. Partygoers are hanging around this corridor, using substances, chatting and engaging in other festive activities. Are you going to proceed down it and look for your room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go to room first, eh?
As you do so, you kind of find your way. Your room is about halfway down the corridor. Just outside are seeing some young people playing a complicated card game on an antique rug.
Cool.
Inside the room, a single large round bed, not quite big enough for everyone to comfortably fit in, upon which sits a complimentary basket of colourful boiled eggs.
I was just going to say, I don't unlock the room immediately with the key.
You don't, because the door's open.
Ah, okay, it doesn't matter then. I actually get the key out specifically to open the room and just look disappointed that it's already there.
How are we interacting in any way?
I think I'll help myself to a boiled egg.
Yeah, I think we've
Go
all
for
learned a nice boiled egg, to be honest.
I think
Everyone
will
who
just
has-
like fall down on the bed like, ugh.
Don't knock the eggs.
Everyone who has a boiled egg can take a D6 stamina back. How about that?
Oh, lovely. Excellent.
Nice.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
I'm back at full health. Incredible.
But you're still missing an ear.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a quick bath.
In what?
Is there a bathtub
An
in
egg.
the hotel room?
I don't remember describing a bathtub.
Okay. I'm going to get out my fold-out bathtub now.
Sure.
Just a paddling pool.
Yeah. Start blowing up my paddling pool.
In the middle of the room. So you finally reach the 6th floor in your room. Up above, the Festival of the Chiliarch is clearly still going ahead.
That's going to continue all night, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, if you can't beat them,
Mm-hmm.
I'll join them.
Might as well join them. Is everyone going to proceed to the Festival of the Chiliarch after suitably, maybe changing your clothes, maybe having a little rest, having a colourful boiled egg, taking a bath in a collapsible paddling pool?
Lark changes his outfit to a flamboyant scarlet red outfit with a sort of crest of feathers around the collar and a very
Sounds
jaunty
lovely.
hat.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Are we all heading along?
Yes.
Okay. So you head along to the end of the corridor, still filled with people. The thumping from above is very loud here. There is one last engraving here, and it has cracked off the wall and lies next to a very tall ladder that goes upwards for about 50 cubits in what seems to be an odd tower atop the hotel that was definitely not visible from the outside. The engraving is titled Pig Father and portrays a festive-looking pig wearing a stovepipe hat and standing atop a dining table, engorging itself, while human diners look on aghast. People climbing up this ladder?
That sounds like a long ladder.
Yes.
It is a long ladder. 50 cubits is about 75 feet.
Oof. I'm going to make sure there's someone behind me on the ladder.
Sure.
I'm not sure
I'm
how I
assuming
would...
you're flapping up.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think I'm well equipped to deal with a ladder.
No, sure.
We
Well,
have a brief conversation about anatomy at this moment.
Yes. Well, I don't think we necessarily need to roll for climbing for this one last ladder climb.
God.
So I think you can clamber up and find yourself just a couple of minutes later on the roof of the Blancmange Thistle. The roof is wide and open, clearly the entire space of a floor in the hotel and not just the apparent tower. It is crammed full of festival goers, both strange and mundane, and the thumping music seems to be piped in from a single gramophone dangling from a chaotic series of trellises overhead. The spires and curving architecture of Troika is visible all around, together with the festival celebrations taking place on other roofs and towers, and at least one perched perilously on the sheer face of a giant, grotesquely leering stone head. Some festival goers are mingling, some are dancing, some are eating traditional novelty fondant arrangements, and a great many are launching armfuls of fireworks at other parties. Occasionally an explosive clap of noise and a spray of sparks indicates return fire. You give yourselves to the festival of the Chiliarch and mingle happily, with each of you faintly unsurprised to experience one form of call to adventure or another. Everyone, please roll a d6 on the calls to adventure both proffered and hearkened at the Feast of the Chiliarch table. So if everyone just rolls a d6 and we'll roll through people one by one. I think we've lost Sam for some reason. There we go.
I hope I didn't get singed by any of those fireworks.
No, you definitely won't have been. So if everyone rolls a d6 and we'll just go around the table one by one and we'll basically each of you will have a call to adventure based on that. So first off is John, right? So what did you roll, John?
I rolled a 6, which is either the best or the worst.
So you rolled a 6, and these are kind of rumors or things that happen to you through this. John, you've heard that a new shop, the Devil's Pantry, has opened and is selling ground devil bones and horns. The Cultural Weekend Society for Cacodemonic Entities finds this, not to mention the shop's name, to be distasteful and would very much like to consume the proprietor in order to send a message. Skye, what did you roll?
A 3.
You rolled a 3. While you are at the Festival of the Chiliarch, an owl drops a wad of paper into your lap. The message reads, "Bring us fresh vol au vents if you value your secrets." And there is a crude neighborhood map on the back.
Oh, God.
Steve,
No.
I rolled a 5.
you rolled a 5. In that case, you have heard that the Mad Brothers Marcool and Hedwig have been spotted wearing matching paper hats of scandalous style and unknown origin. Any citizen of taste would quite literally kill to uncover the source and would be likely to start a bidding war were such information to appear on the market. Jack,
I rolled a 2.
you rolled a 2. In that case, you hear that Fanfaronade Street has been overrun by a highly organized pack of stray cats. The tenants deny it, but they all sport scratch marks and a haunted look. They have also all begun to crave milk and laps in which to nest. Our first Sam, please, which will be Krongle Sam.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. In that case, you have learned that Nostrificans the mathemologist left the feast in a hurry after discovering he was and always has been a hard-light scaffold onto which more powerful egos project their ideas. He plans to kill his creator and transform into pure geometry. And finally, Sam, there's one left for you. While at the Festival of the Chiliarch, you come across a short, bearded man wearing the raiments of a befouler of ponds. His name is Captain Treacle, and he is busily soiling the moonshine punch bowl fountain. The mandrills don't seem to mind. He howls at passers-by that he is simply honouring the traditions of his people. The Festival of the Chiliarch goes on late into the night. And what will you do tomorrow morning? While the dustmen are picking up the burnt rockets and smashed cakes. This is where we leave you. The next day full of perfectly normal possibilities under the humpback skies of Troika. There we go. We're done.
Yeah.
One shot down. That's Troika, everyone.
Such chaos, and I love it.
We hope you enjoyed that. I think it's safe to say we enjoyed that. We're finished earlier than I thought we'd be. Like I thought we'd run closer to 8 there, but here we are, and it's all good. How the end of our sessions work, for anyone who doesn't know, if anyone has any comments or questions, suggestions, vague insults, whatever you want, pop them in the chat, and Chris will lift them out and pop them at the bottom for people to respond to. And you know what? Why don't we bring Chris out for this as well? Let's bring Chris onto the stream for this as well. Yeah. So while we do that, Chris, if you take a look and see if there's anything anyone wants to pop in. But yeah, what's everyone else's thoughts on Troika? Let's talk Troika.
It's fun.
I like it.
We're done with the stream, guys.
I would be very interested in continuing these adventures just because I want to see whether any of the random skills I've picked up ever come into use ever again.
We all do, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that actually work? Like when you say,
has anyone seen Steve's ear?
Well, I do have a date with some owls, so maybe I can find it for you.
Yeah. So what? So how the actual level up stuff works in this is basically anything that you've ticked through the course of this game. When you have time to reflect, you can test against up to 3 skills. And what that means is if you roll 2d6 and get over that skill total, you gain +1 in that skill. And that's just how it works, and that's how you gain the advanced skills. So, for example, for people who suggest it, who got your hold your breath thing, right? You can test against that, and then you have that advanced skill of hold your breath. Cool. How do you feel about mandrills, guys?
May I interject here for just a moment?
Yeah.
Mandrills are of the order Simia-like, and not of the order ape. So technically, you're mislabeling them throughout.
That's terrible. That's terrible. But could I have called them simians? Would that have been acceptable?
You would have been 1 layer up the pyramid, but it would have been better than calling them an ape, which is crossing a branch of their taxon.
I just didn't want to make a Terry Pratchett-esque sort of
yeah, that's a shocking evolutionary biology revelation that has thrown the entire one-shot into sharp relief.
I do want to point out that the absolute extra dimensional kicker of a joke made me laugh like a drain. And
the cosmic horror pyramid scheme.
That was magic.
It's now clipped as well, and it was posted in chat if anyone wants to spread that around.
So good.
Yeah. How? Yeah. So what for like clarity? What I did with it is the Blancmange Thistle is a pre-written story in the book, and I added lots of stuff from like the random encounters table to it for the story, padded it out a bit, and did various things. In the story as written, you're meant to like choose each floor whether you go up in the lift or the stairwell, so you'd only experience half of it. And I was like, we want to run a 3 to 5 hour thing. Like, let's just have them do everything.
Makes sense.
And you know what? I think I can. Let's have a look. Do you guys want to see the map?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
There's a map.
I think we can do that. Yeah, there is. It was another piece of art for the book that I was like, it'd be cool to use this, but then you see the entire thing. I think I can share my screen and do that. Oh, I'm struggling. Nope, my PDF thing is falling apart again.
I was just thinking about it. I reckon Oslab probably didn't learn anything about humans much there, but learned about mandrills.
I think he learned quite a lot. I think he now assumes that humans and monkeys are very closely related due to all this monkey. Like, there's a guy with monkeys. Monkeys run the elevator here. One of our party was going to marry a monkey. Like, clear evidence that humans and monkeys are essentially the same thing, but with different skin.
The question is, are humans monkeys?
There we go. Lovely.
Two heads then?
Or whoever did that.
That's
the map.
Most likely.
That is the map.
I must comment that the art style in this book is just spectacular.
So
good. Wonderful.
Especially the illustrator who does these, who also did the character backgrounds and stuff. Just so nice. I'd credit them fully, but I think they just have the illustrators credited. I don't know who specifically did these, but yes, it is lovely. Lovely. Yeah. So there we go. Like final blurbs, I guess. Again, we hope you really enjoyed this. We really enjoyed doing it. Let us know if you want to see more Troika on Telling Tales. I think it's maybe inevitable at this point because we had a lot of fun setting this up and running it. And I've got a supplement for Troika called So You've Been Thrown Down a Well, and I really want to run that because it's my favorite name supplement of anything of all time. So there we go. Blurb stuff. We've got a bunch of links down below. YouTube, Twitch, Discord, Patreon, social media. Check them out. Engage with them. Troika is also made by Melsonian Arts Council, so check them out. They do other stuff too. Check out our links. Check out our ongoing series on Tuesday and Wednesday evenings at 8 o'clock GMT. We've also got a rather special stream this week on Thursday, which is a kind of roundtable on our experiences with Symbaroum so far. We've been playing that for a long time now. Well, we got like between 20 and 25 episodes of that up on the channel, I think. So we're going to be talking about that, and that doesn't have my face in it. That might appeal to you. It's going to be hosted by Chris. So, John. No, it'll be hosted by John. That's right.
It was my idea. I take
Chris's idea. Yeah. So that'll be hosted by John, and the players will be talking about Symbaroum, their experiences with it. That should be a lot of fun. We've got the 2 weekly series. We run a monthly one-shot. That's what you're watching now. So watch out for the one next month. If you've got any suggestions for them, feel free to pop into our Discord and tell us them, or ping them us on social media or anything like that. But otherwise, thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks very much to Chris for being the stream manager for this. Did great. Thank you very much to every one of our players. And we'll see you again soon for more Telling Tales. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.